Just a second, guys. Alright then, let's get cracking then. What's going on, champs? Hope you guys are doing well. So, welcome to episode 26. It's 1:15 in the UK. Daily close for the UK market is done. And Ethereum, Ethereum is the one really. That's leading the market. Pushed up strongly. We'll discuss about that. We'll look for some day trades and stuff like that, and where potential plays we can actually look for long in alts. A few things in terms of that. Mainly just like preparation for day trades as well. I normally do my streams at like 10:15 AM in the UK. I don't have a cigarette, fuck this shit. I normally do the stream at 10:15 AM in the UK time, but for the next 3 days I won't be available in the morning. So I thought, you know what, there's no way I'm gonna actually leave you guys behind. I'm not gonna ignore you guys and whatever. I'm still gonna do my job, which is actually do my thing and show possibilities of trades, X, Y, and Z. The shit. And so yeah, fuck it. Let's just do it at night time. It's gonna be around this time, around 12, probably 1 o'clock, around the day close. And it's a good system as well to actually work out, because we've got the daily close and we can work around the daily close, mark out the daily close, blah blah, that kind of shit. And hopefully you can learn a thing or two. Cut my arm earlier on there. Never mind. So I just want to give a quick shout out to all of you guys, man. There's Jay here. Shout out to you. Well, really, I'm doing some renovating at home, so I'm pretty much done now. For today. And I'm looking at the market. I'm like, we've got to do a stream on this one as well. Shout out to the Ash as well. Something is coming up as well. Looks like Ethereum, in my opinion, looks bullish, very very bullish. Zach's on as well. We got Victor. What's going on, guys? Alas saying 10:15 in the UK. It's 5 AM in Brazil. Fucking hell. Yeah. That's true actually, because you guys are like 5 hours behind. I know New York's 5 hours as well. So think the time for the same time zone. So today, tomorrow, and Friday, you'll definitely get me in like a more convenient time for you guys as well. But yeah, let's see. Bless you, man. Are you from Canada as well? 4:15 in Mexico. Yeah, I was in Mexico not too long ago, in Cancun, man. That was sick, man. What's going on, Josie? But yeah, smash the likes, man. I don't know if you guys are aware that I just hit 1K early on. SE was on the stream as well. Like, this is a couple of hours ago. I was fucking happy about it. I was like, yo, that's so cool. And I got licked. I smoked the spliff on the thingy, on the live stream, and I got fucking baked. Lasted for like a couple of hours. I'm like, shit. But yeah, man, it was good. It was good, and I'm really grateful for each and every one of you as well, 100%. Because the real honesty is this, right? Is that two things. Number one, that I'm here in this position talking to you guys directly on a day-to-day basis because you guys come up and watch the stream, right? If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be here, right? So shout out to you, every one of you guys, man. That's why I always do the shout in the morning, for like in the beginning of the stream, when people actually drop in little messages in or even questions or whatever. And to be honest, right, like hats off to you guys, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Honestly, I genuinely appreciate that. Now you see, Ash was saying these things. He appreciates my time and effort. No. It's the other way around. I appreciate your time and your effort, each and every one of you. Because honestly, like I said, if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't have a platform to speak. It's not about being an influencer, whatever, X, Y, and Z. It's that you guys are interested in what I do and how I'm taking this. And you guys pick my brains a lot of the time. So I like it. The more questions you ask, the more that you get to learn, because you might be missing something and it'll be for your own benefit. So shout out to each and one of you guys. And say at the same time, smash the likes, man. Smash the likes, and if you're new to the channel, stick around. Trust me, because these guys over here, Muhammad will tell you, Dainks, Jay, Victor, Ash, everyone else, Sebastian, Joseph, Alas, the lot. They will tell you that we just kill it. You learn a lot as well. And I swear, a fucking ton. Literally, funny thing is, right, I got a cousin that came round early on, right, and she was like, you fucking got a dirty mouth in it. And I was like, you know what? I don't think I do. But when I think about it, I do. Oh, bless you, Dank. Staying up just to learn some more. Okay, let's do this then. So today, for this one, we're going to start a little bit different. Normally I do BTC, right? And then I do Ethereum, the view itself. But we are actually going to do BTC Dominance, okay? And we'll talk about BTC Dominance, the importance of it, and how I use it for my own trading strategy, okay? For example, if you look at someone like XO, he uses a total 2. Other influencers, I don't know, I can't think of anyone on top of my head, will use different aspects, right? They can use like the total 1, for example, total 3, X, Y, and Z. But BTC Dominance is a good one in my opinion. I'll break it down to you, and then you guys can understand a little bit what's going on there. But so let's get cracking. Crypto Potato says your mind's. Oh, that's so sweet, man. Basically, Crypto Potato goes, you are my inspiration. Become a full-time trader and travel around the world. By God's blessing, you will. Right, I believe in you, and you can do it. Each and every one of you, believe in yourself, and I'm telling you, just push yourself. I'm gonna go off the script for a moment in it, but let me just chat to you guys for one moment. So when I was young, I was really obsessed with like great champions of the world, you know, like the likes of Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis. These are boxers, right? But then you got someone like Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, Pele, Maradona. You got who else? In tennis, you got Nadal, Rafael Nadal, fucking killing it, man. 21 titles. You got Roger Federer, the most wins in Wimbledon. You got people like Novak Djokovic, fucking gangster motherfuckers. And then anything in the world, right? They are great champions. And I was always obsessed. What makes them so great? Because I'm just a human being, and they're a fucking human being. They bleed just like me, right? They sweat like me, you know. They cry like me. They go through hard times like me. There's no difference about that, right? And it's always the mentality. The mentality is the key to unlocking everything, right? If you want to achieve greatness in your life, whether it's to do with trading or whether it's to do with family or even control of your temper. We all got tempers from time to time. I do, and you know, and whatnot. But to achieve greatness, you gotta master that mindset, right? You know, they say trading is like a psychological game. It's the same principle, right? First master yourself before it masters you, right? So you guys can do what I'm doing. It's not that difficult, right? It just takes a lot of time, a lot of practice, okay? And we'll work for it, man. Honestly, we'll work for it. It's once you understand, like, you know, you understand the principles, the basics, really. It's rinse and repeat, all right? It's a lot of practice, and it takes a lot of practice. I'll give you an example. There's a story of Kobe Bryant. I'm from the UK, so I know more about football. But weirdly enough, like my boy Jamin, I went for his wedding in Mexico. He went to fucking he was from America, sorry, and he was a big basketball fan. He's from Cali, and he's a big Lakers fan. And he was used to telling me stories about Kobe Bryant, and he was telling me this one time about Kobe. Correct me if I'm wrong on this story, right? But like, it's been a long time. He goes like, Kobe lost the first championship game, like first NBA Finals, right? And the team decided to actually, you know, go train in the training, not the next day, but the day after. And I think Shaq went, like, you know, was gonna go train himself on the next day. I think he came downstairs at 6 o'clock or something like that. I may be mixing it, but like just like follow me. But it's just the mindset you need to pick out. He came back. He came downstairs to go training at 6 o'clock. He saw Kobe Bryant downstairs already in sweats, like he was sweating. So this brother, not only did he just wake up before 6 o'clock, but he had a full workout. And the guy didn't train 2 days a week. He did 4 days a week, and he would work on little sleep. So I got obsessed with that kind of mindset as well. And it's the same principle. It's the same principle, man. Trust me. Like, if you look at all these great traders that you aspire to be or want to be like that, X, Y, and Z, it's the same principle, man. Trust me. So name saying, yo, Dainks, how many hours you sleep, bro? Dude, me. Fucking hell. Okay, honestly. So when I was young, from the age of like 15 to the age of 27, yeah, a good 12 years, I'd say 27. 2 hours sleep. 2 hours sleep and I'm fully functional. That's what I need. Now I'm getting older. From 27 to now, I need 4 hours. If I get 4 hours, I'm good to go. and that's it. I'm buzzing. I'm in my full mental capacity. My brain's rested enough. I don't believe in this bullshit 7, 8 hours and 10 hours. I think that slows you down. It makes you unproductive. That's my take on it as well. So in terms of my sleep, the minimum 2 to 4 hours, man. I'm asking you and NJ makes a difference, telling you stories and how you didn't know stuff too. It motivates. Do you know what it is, right? You see all these guys. We're doing some Q&A here actually. This is Q&A, not introduction really. Fucking hell. Let's do it, man. Let's do a Q&A, and then we'll talk about the trading bit. So you guys can ask your questions then. Yeah. So that's the thing is, a lot of people don't want to talk about the bad times, but I do. I love talking about the bad times because it brings me back on this earth. You know, it brings me back onto this world, and I know where I belong. You know, like today I'm sitting here chatting to you. Tomorrow I'm gonna be 6 feet down, man. You know what I'm saying? So life's short. You know, if I can pass on little messages and pass on little lessons, why the fuck not, man? Learn from my mistakes so you don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Simple, but I think it's really simple. But people have different opinion, you know. So that's me. Victor said Kobe trained every single day since 4 a.m. He says that beginning early allow him to train 1 or 2 times more than the rest of the NBA players. Fucking hell. There you go. There you go. Victor's just showing it, man. And guys, it's the same. You can apply the same principle on whether it's trading or whether it's your work at home or whether you want to do. Look, for example, right? So I'll give you an example now. Like in real life, what's happening now. So I bought this house, right, back in 2019 October. The first thing I wanted to do was, in the UK we have chimney breasts. I wanted to knock down the chimney breast, right? I was gonna pay an uncle to actually knock it down, blah blah. But my deposit went from 10% to 15%, right? And so which shut me down. The reason why, because I had a limited company, blah blah. Long story short, the extra 5% was the money that I was gonna do the work in the house. So I never got to do it. Didn't have the peace for it. I didn't I had to carry on going back to work, and I was working like crazy hours and shit. And then it's been 2 years now. And I thought to myself, hang on a second, it's time to fucking do it. If I'm not gonna do it now, I'm never gonna do it. And so I spoke to a few builders and here and there, blah blah. They were charging me like an arm and a leg. I'm like, listen, one is bear market, right? So I gotta be a bit smart. And two, you're charging me an arm and a fucking leg and 2 dicks as well, man. I only got one, man. What the fuck you expect me to do? I'm not conjoined twin, you know. So So I'm doing it myself. I'm doing it myself. Fucking hell. So yeah, literally as soon as this is my thingy. This is like thanks random. This is brilliant. Makes for a fun stream, dude. You know what? You gotta have a bit of laugh though. Appreciate that, man. Like Crypto Potato says, my work ethic is insane, dude. You all can do the same, man. Laziness is us, man. When when you feel tired, that's laziness. That's just you not wanting to do it. You already told yourself, I don't want to do it, and that's when you feel lazy. But you overcome that mind. Trust me, man. Nothing stops you, man. Fucking who the fuck's gonna stop you? Apart from I'm a God believing person. Apart from God, He's given me the ability to push myself forward, and I know my capabilities, and I'm gonna push that fucking capability because I believe in the next level. You know, there's always a next level. It never stops. It never stops. It's like okay, let's say for example you're trading, and you build a 1K account, you got to 10K. You're gonna stop at 10K. If you stop at 10K, you've given up then, isn't it? But you want to go to the 50K to 100K, 100K to, let's say, you know what, let's go 10x that and then get a million. Then the mind start unlocking into a whole crazy world because you just keep building and you're never stopping. And when you do that, it's just you, man. It's you are your own enemy, really. That is it. You are your own enemy, right? It's not anyone else, man. Truly isn't anyone else. I mean, I can sit here and tell you a load of story about bullshit and stuff like that. But it's true though. You only put yourself down because you think that you can't, man. I'm telling you, I'm a pharmacist, right? At the same time, I'm building, and then I'm a trader. Then I've got I'm an influencer on YouTube and Twitter, and then I'm able to do it, right? And if I can do it, you can do it, man. Trust me, man. You can do it. Appreciate you, Ash, man. Yeah, Jonathan, I'm 30, man. How old do you think I am? Fucking hell, dude. Stream week back, you mentioned how you were going through a rough phase in SE helped you out. Yeah, SE helped me a lot. I talked about depression and suicidal. I was suicidal when I was, what? Pops passed away when I was 23. Just literally a week before my birthday. I was 23 years old and I was suicidal. You know, a lot of shit happened at home. You know, we all have family issues and whatever. You got to a point where I just gave up. And I literally ran in front of a bus. You know, that was it. I wanted to end it. And I'll tell you the truth though, there wasn't many people there when that happened. People knew about it, but no one was there. I can name you with my fingers. This one hand is enough to tell you the people who was there. And you think your friends and your brother, your sisters, or even your cousins, you know, who you grew up with, they're gonna be there, but it's you, man. It's only you. At the end of the day, it's always gonna be you. You know? So it's true though. It's true. Like, you know, when you're at school, you make all these friends. Like back in secondary school, I was really popular. I was a joker, right? I was a class clown. I got into a couple of fights here and there, and the school bully, like with Dexter, he was a big hench motherfucker. He was. And I gained his respect in a fight, right? I don't know how. I got battered. I got beaten up by him, but I never gave up. I just kept standing up. Like, I got like, and the thing is, like, if you know, growing up as an Asian, right, you get battered by your parents and it. But my pops, right, he was a big motherfucker, like a massive motherfucker. He was. And when you get punched in the face by your dad and you get knocked out a few times when you were young, like super young, right? And then you turn like 13, 14, and then like someone punches you in the face and you're like, what, is that it? Alright, I may have lost my balance. I'm fucking standing up, man. I don't give a fuck about it. You don't have to kill me if you want to beat me up. I was a crazy fucker back then. I'm glad I'm not. I think I am, but not like that. Walaikum salam, Imran. Really good to have you here, man. We got Sif Tricks here. What's going on, man? Yeah, what made you first get into crypto? What made me go? NJ got me into crypto. Yeah, he did. He literally phoned me and told me how to buy crypto because he learned it and blah blah. And I was like, you know, like I'm a ride or die guy, right? Especially when it comes to him in it. And I just said, yeah, let's do it. And I remember I put £300. Then that evening we had the Chinese FUD. So I think the top was at 3.5K and he dumped to like $2,200, man. I was on the phone with Benji. I was like, yo, should I sell? And the rest is history, you know. So that's what it is. Yeah, it's true, Alas. You're saying that these times you really meet people in a weird way. It's good to see who's with you. Yeah. It's funny. It's funny that how, you know. Anyway, I don't want to get into it. You know, it's one of those ones. You know, like those who were there knows who were there, and those who weren't, they weren't. Okay. I've got respect for them. I've not lost respect for them and whatever. I've got love for them as well. And whenever I see them, I'm always chilling and chatting to them, joking around and stuff like that. But I know, right? And the same, you know, like your real family, right? If you got a wife, it's gonna be your wife. If you got kids, it's gonna be your wife and kids. If you still with your parents, you know. That's your real family, you know. So yeah. So Victor's asking, when did I decide to go full-time trading and how long did it take you to be profitable? It's a very common question I get, Victor, right? And for those that are 28 people here, smash the likes as well. How do I get profitable? So the story is, right, it's literally 2017, made some money, right? Made a decent amount. And then oh, yeah, shout out to NJ. And so yeah, 2017 made some money, 2018 lost it all, okay? Then I met trader SC through NJ really as well. Then through SC, I learned a lot about trading, like price action and the importance of price, what it means to, like for these certain movements, patterns that goes on, ranges, SRs, everything, and all these lessons, right? And it's all a blur, right? It really is a blur. And when I go through it, sometimes you may look at it and you're like, oh, what the fuck is he saying, man? Let's go back and rewind that shit. And it really is. It's a mad blur. But when you break down certain things, like you only need probably about 2 or 3 of these ways to play. So, like, for example, I'm a range band player, right? I love playing range bands. It's really easy. It's really easy, right? Level to level, right? You can play the same on SRs as well. And 2018, getting lost some money. All right, 2019, lost more money, and it was like, well, I was more learning than trading. I literally did more learning than trading. I did put in money, but not as much. But like I lost money at the same time, and every time I lost it, and now we're like, I need to take a break. I need to go back and refocus and learn, blah blah. Because if you're losing money, that's not good. You need to take a step back and don't trade with emotion. I'm like, yeah, I want to make that money back. No. You lost that money. You're giving it to the market. Someone else is, buying an escort with it, for example. But at the same time, 2019, what happened was, it came to a point that I had to decide, because what it was, shit at home was going so bad. Like, you have to remember, I was suicidal in it, and I'm trying to maintain like the right frame of mind, and I would start working like 6-7 days a week, like crazy hours, man. I was traveling all over the country, man. Fucking from Birmingham, my first ship was in Middlesbrough. It's a 3-hour drive, fam. Bro, I left home at 5 o'clock in the morning, right, to get to work at 8 o'clock. Get there at 8 o'clock. Work finishes at 6 o'clock. Do you know what time I get home? 2 o'clock in the morning. Why? Fucking traffic on the motorway, because a truck rolled over and was stuck. I did all that. I've been in your position. I understand what it means. So when you guys come here, I completely understand the pain and the feeling that you go through, every emotion, because I've been through there as well. Like, I'm 30 in it, right? So surely I've got experience, right? So whatever I can pass on to you guys, just take it with a pinch of salt if you like to, and just get experience from my experience, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, 2020. Obviously, so I took a year out to actually to just buy a house, because I made a promise to myself, in 1 year, 365 days, I'm gonna buy a house, and literally I did that. So that was a dream, and then I worked a little bit more during 2019. I came because I had to come, because the whole mortgage and bills and whatever was all like, I need to understand, like I need to earn X amount to make sure I pay everything off, right, and have some food, there's some money for food, blah blah. And then what happened was, in 2020, in February, I came back into trading again. So a whole, nearly about a year off, nearly a year-ish kind of thing. Anyway, so I came back, and then, the first thing I said to SC, I was like, yo, listen, I want to make as much money as I can. What's the best way to do it? And he goes, bro, you need to learn scalping then, but you have to learn everything else before. I'm like, no. Teach me scalping now. And there was only one lesson on scalping. It was like a half an hour lesson, and that was it. I studied it in and out, like non-stop for 2 weeks, every single day. I was obsessed. I watched that half an hour video probably about like over 300 times. And then when I started taking trades for real, right, with real money, my first week, in my first week on one day, I made 21R. I realized, hang on a second, I'm fucking sick at scalping. And then obviously you've got the bull market. The bull market helped out as well, big time. It really did. And but yeah, and bull market does help, but in bear market you can make a lot of money. Trust me. Just like you can short. I mean, like with the way the price of Bitcoin is going, it's going mad. It's going mad at the moment. Ethereum. So we do need to get cracking, because we've been chatting for 24 minutes. What the fuck are we doing here, man? So release the skincare routine, dog. Bro, there's no skincare, man. Oh, wrinkles and shit. Have you seen this motherfucker? Fucking wrinkles, man. But yeah, to be honest, I'll tell you something. Do you know what I do to wash my face? Right, what I use to wash my face? I got a little bit of spots here and there. I'm eating a bit of junk food in it, because I'm fucking building and shit. But normally I don't have these little spots in it. But I wash my face with cold water every morning. That's what I do. My grandma, she would look really young for her age when she was like 17. She looked really young. She looked like she was in the 50s. And I was like, what's the secret? And she told me, like, obviously back in those days they didn't have money in it, so she used to go to the river, right, like a pond kind of thing, right, but you can wash your clothes. This is how they were doing in Mauritius, isn't it? I'm from Mauritius, by the way. And literally, yeah, the old lady, man, she said like she would wash her face in the cold river, like it was freezing cold, and that's what she would do every single day. And it's proven now scientifically that cold water tightens your skin. There you go. So that's it. Let's have a look quickly before we carry on. Dainks been in this dark place. It's true. It's hard, man. But I hope you're out of it. I hope you're out of the whole, negativity. Just be positive, man. Walaikum salam, Demir. Good to have you here as well. I was in Turkey last month as well. Beautiful place. It was Istanbul. I love it. Love it. D-Stribe is here. Shout out to you as well, Mike. Yeah, we're 30 minutes in. Fucking hell. Yeah. So let's get cracking, man. Fucking hell. Otherwise I could be here for days, man, just chatting. So we're talking about Bitcoin dominance, right? What is the importance of Bitcoin dominance, right? Bitcoin dominance tells us the percentage of money that's in Bitcoin, just in Bitcoin itself. So if you look here, 43% of the whole cryptocurrency value or whatever it is. I think we're at 1 trillion or something like that, or just under a trillion. I can find that for you right now. Coin market cap. Where the fuck is it? Global market cap is 922 billion, right? So that means 43% of that 922 billion is in Bitcoin. Okay, so the key is this, right? So let's go on the daily and I'm going to show you this, right? Yeah, so the key is this, right? So as Bitcoin dominance goes up, right, that means there's more money going into Bitcoin, more people are holding Bitcoin than anything else, right? So your Ethereum and your alts they're gonna drop, right? They're gonna drop because the value is really like, if you're a Bitcoin maximalist, right, you're gonna think to yourself, right, yeah, like, I'm gonna hold 1 Bitcoin or 5 Bitcoins or 100 Bitcoins, and then I'll deploy it when the time comes, because Bitcoin's gonna go up to like 100k, 200k, or 500,000, whatever the numbers you want to make up in it. So like, I use this as a barometer, right, of how I'm looking to take a trade, if I'm going to go longs or shorts or stuff like that. Just give me an idea, right? It's not definite, it just gives me a rough idea, plus you coincide with what Bitcoin is doing and Ethereum is doing. You put the two together, all three together, tells a story. Trading is about telling a story. That's what it is, okay? Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense, guys? I can't even speak properly. So, as you can see here, price, like the percentage of Bitcoin goes from so the all-time low is down here, which is approximately like 35%. Let's call it 35.5%, right? That's the low. Can you guys see that there? And that low happened to be in January, which is approximately the all-time high that happened in Bitcoin, right? Because less money is in Bitcoin and more money was in Ethereum and alts, right? So then we had the bear market that lasted all the way here. So you can see here, let me get some pen. I'm going to grab my pen. Just waiting for the pen to come up. There we go. So yeah, so this was all the bear market that happened here from 2018, and then we had a dip, and then we come back up as well, right? So literally we had a 2-year, well, really it's a 2-year bear market, right? Because if you look at it as a market structure was here. This is the low, right? This is the low. This is the high, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and then we come down, double bottom off this, right? Double bottom off this, and then we bounce off it one more time, right? So we go up there, we now make a high, but it's a swing failure pattern. Can you see that? That's the high, and there's a swing failure pattern there, and then boom, off we go. One clean chunk, right? Market structure is broken. So then, in this way, this was all bullish, right? In crypto, right? Well, not really, not that much. This was all bullish in crypto. Because look over here, right? If I highlight this, right, this low here, it was on the 14th, no, around the 19th, 20th of May, and we all know what happened on the 19th of May. Bitcoin shut his fucking ass off, man. Had diarrhea and it couldn't stop leaking. Blood was coming out, all bits and pieces of pasta was coming out, and I don't know what was flying out, man. So, you know, you can clearly see, right, that it's given me a barometer already, right, just with the story that we know of Bitcoin and what happened, right. So now let's just go back a little bit, and then we can start saying, okay, we mark out some levels. Obviously the levels are all here. I'm gonna explain to you, I'm gonna break it down to you guys, because you guys are fucking sick people, awesome people, so let's fucking do it. Alright, so I've got a few things here, right. This here, the orange line, is a weekly low, right. That weekly low, support all the way here, and we shank down, and then we found resistance, got up, support. Then it makes a high low, and then off it goes, right. This is another weekly high, right. So that, so this level I've highlighted on purpose, right. This orange line on the top is a weekly high. Remember, I'm color coordinated, so I know exactly what I'm looking at straight away. Okay, this is the weekly high, and we can find a deviation, resistance, deviation. Once we get back above it, we come back down to retest, and off it goes. So that's going to be another pivotal point, and you can see later on it comes as support when we try to, and then we make these equal lows, right? So then we fucking shank through it. So that's a pivotal point. It could come in next year, it could come this year, who fucking knows, right? But we'll play it there. So I've got those levels marked out already. Then I've got this. So now, do you remember I talk about ranges? Right, I'm going to show you, I'm going to share a little alpha to you guys, right? All this is alpha shit as well that I'm breaking down as well. I'm going to show you a little alpha, and this will be quite a good one for you guys to play around as well for your own sake. So you can make a range of SRs. You can really make a range of an SR, right? It's a little hidden secret there. I'm just passing out to you guys. Now, what I've done is, right, you see this purple line? I mean, it's already highlighted there, but I'm going to just run it through. So I marked out. So you know when you do like an analysis, like when you do a real analysis, you want to start from the higher time frame, all right? You want to start from the yearly, work your way down. Obviously, most people don't have TradingView Pro, which is not a problem, right? You don't need fucking TradingView Pro to be, you know, to do all this stuff. But I did this without TradingView Pro. To be honest, I got TradingView Pro in November. You know that. So now I can actually just put yearly and quarterly. But what I used to do is go on the monthly and work it out. What was the monthly low? Like what was the low of the year, and just highlight all that shit. That's what I used to do, and that's how I drew this chart. Literally just from the monthly. That's why it was in purple. Yearlies I put in pink. I don't know why pink. I don't like pink. I don't like pink. Pink and it kind of feels weird. But the thing is like I'm color coordinated anyway. So what I did, I made 2018 high. That was an SR, and he's on resistance, support. We get above it, support, deviation of that, support, and then we get choppy over here below it, and then we sell off, right? So that's a key factor. To be honest, that this was already drawn like back in early 2021. It was probably around this area here. Then I drew again on the monthly. I saw 2019 high was what's capping the market. Remember, the higher the time frame, the greater the resistance or support, right? So if you got like a monthly level, it's going to be much more greater of a weekly level. You got like a quarterly level is going to be greater than a monthly level. You got a yearly level is going to be greater than a quarterly level. So clearly you can see how great this level is: resistance, support, deviation, blah blah blah. Okay. Then I thought to myself, hang on a second, what is the range? What's the mid range of this? So I literally did a Fibonacci of this high, of this high to this high, and I found out, hang on a second, this is actually telling me a fucking story right here. What is the story it's telling me? Let's just zoom in and have a look. Alright? You guys can see? Okay. Overlapping with my face and shit. So the story is this, right? We get a deviation, then we get a clean smash above mid-range. We find support. When we come back down, this is all resistance, deviation, fast pick up, right? And then again, it smashes up, all support. This is all distribution, right? This is all distribution. The reason why, if it was to be bullish, right, it would have done something like this, and that would be your trigger, right, to short the fucking market even more. Then we start breaking down, and we lose the mid range, and that was it. So remember I said to you, when we play ranges, we play from low to mid to high, same principle. So I draw these, and you can see resistance, resistance. This is all become like a deviation of that. Here, I mean, it's all choppy, but you can play level to level here. You can find out that's a deviation from that level, that's a deviation on the upside, and then when we get below it, I mean, we don't retest it, we sell off, but then, you know, it tells us a fine story there. So that's my level. Okay, so where are we today? I know this is long-winded, but bear with me. It will all make a lot of sense there, and why it's so important. Okay, so this, right, this block here is actually a weekly, I believe it's a weekly. Ah, yeah. So I've done the last weekly high, right? That's in the market back below, and we see that we get above it, smash above it. We don't get a full retest there, but you see how it's playing here, resistance, right? Let's look here. Resistance, 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 resistance. So as long as we're below this level, we should go a lot more lower. If we get above this level, then we go higher, because we'll find support, and let's go up there. Find support of this, that'll be a fucking trigger. Off we go. Next target here. Fill out these thin moves. We got a consolidation of the range over here. Yeah, you know, let's draw this out. This low to, let's say, this high. And you can see already deviation, support, smash through, clean smash through. Okay, cool. So now we need to refine what is the current time frame we're doing, what's happening right now, right? So you're like, all right, then let's have a look. Delete this, and then let's bring this back up. Okay, now we're finding that price is in a range. This is a range, right? Weekly looks kind of funky because I've got that wick there. But on the daily, I don't know why I did that. Oh yeah, from this high. I mean, I could use this high, but I picked this high itself. Reason why, I can't remember why I did it, but I did it. And it's picked up pretty perfect over there. Why didn't I use this high and not that high? Oh, the reason why I didn't use this high, this fast wick over here, I didn't trust it. I didn't trust that wick over here. I think that to me, it's like an anomaly in a way. It was just too wicky there. I don't really like using wicky candles like that. So I use the next high available, and you see a deviation there. See a deviation there, and we come back down, comes support, goes back up. We don't even get a retest of this, right? But then we break down, comes back down, finds resistance to the mid range, comes up support, or deviation, resistance to the mid range, smash up, right? And then we come as resistance from this high, and then come back down. We're smashed now, and we're below this fucking mid range. So if we're playing it level to level, now this is what we do, right? Play level to level, which is high to mid, mid to low. Now that we're below the mid, right, we're looking for a breakdown of this. This will be my entry, my entry. That's my confirmation. Play it to level to level. That's what it is. Now, if this happens, right, and we put all this together, all the story we're talking about with this, we talk about it. If this happens, what does that mean for crypto in general? Ethereum's going to go a lot more higher. Your alt's going to go a lot more higher. Why is that? Because there's less money a percentage, right? So the less money in Bitcoin, they're flowing into something else. Where they're flowing to? They're flowing to Ethereum. After Ethereum, they're going to be flowing to alts and whatever. So that's this. If we get a trigger like that, fucking let's do it. That to me is my trigger to actually start entering trades on, especially like spot buys on Ethereum, especially like on on alt. Sorry. So that's what I'm looking for. Then I look at that. So I now have my premise on Bitcoin dominance, and that's how important it is to me because I need to understand this chart. Okay. The next thing is I start looking at what Ethereum BTC is doing. So if Bitcoin dominance is going down, Ethereum BTC should be picking up. Alright? Which is, well, as we can see, lo and behold, I mean, I've got loads of fucking lines over here, what the fuck? Obviously, we've got a range bound environment here. I've talked about it before, talk about it quickly. High to low, back to high, deviation, back to low, and then from the low we've done a deviation, we step back in the range. And do you remember the tattoos that each and one of us has got? Well, we should have. If we don't have these fucking tattoos, then we've got to get that done as soon as possible. The tattoo on your right bum cheek should say what the fuck you doing back in this range, right? Because if we're gonna be bearish, right, we should have retested, break down. This low is my confirmation. fucking send this down to smithereens, right? But if we're coming back into the range, we start playing, well, that means this was just a deviation of the range. That's what a deviation is. A deviation is when it's like you're walking straight in the path, right? And then there's three routes. So you're walking straight on one road. It's a simple road. It's a single straight road. You can't go lost as long as you're on the road. Then you come to a crossroad where the road is now split into three. That straight road is still there, but there's two roads on the left and right. You know to go straight, but you think to yourself, you know what? I'm going to take the right road, the right lane, and see where it goes. Then when you get to the right lane, right, it brings you back onto the main road that you were supposed to take, the middle road. And when that happens, is you get to your destination. Similar process. That's a deviation. You just deviated from the path. That's all you've done. So if the path, right, was supposed to be up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, that's the path. This is a deviation because you just deviated from the path, because that's the principle ranges, consolidation. Then after consolidation, we have something called breakout. If this was a breakout, then we have a retest. If it was supposed to be a retest, we should have actually been rejecting off it, break down and go a lot more lower. And that is the fucking expansion. Does that make sense, guys? Cool? Alright then. So that's Ethereum, right? Now, if Ethereum BTC breakdown, whatever. So let's have a look what's going on 4 hours. We've now come into a few important places, right? Number one, we've got a few things, okay? We can break this down and see what's going on here. So I've got this trend line here drawn. It's after 1 hour, to be honest. We're above the trend line as well. As long as we didn't break into it, but we're back into the fucking range, so we don't really need this as well. Above the weekly open, above the monthly open, so that's bullish already. Okay, if we were below the weekly open, it's bearish. Got back below the weekly open, super fucking bearish. Okay, we're gonna we're gonna go a lot more lower. Okay, I had this SR drawn on the red line over there. Reason why is that because when we was coming down this area, I was looking for a breakdown. Right, I wanted this to happen. If this could happen, then fucking let's go. Then I'm ready to short further, right, and compound on my shorts. But it never happened. We come back in there, choppy, and then fucking let's go. So we got a few things, right? What's going on? The first things first, right? We got into this block here. This block here is now acting as resistance. Can you see? So this is now a bearish order block, right? Random resistance, which means that we should start breaking down, going a lot more lower. If we get above it, right, and hold above it, then I'll start playing the long game. 25% of the range, and then hold above it. Let's go to the next level, right? That's one. When I tie this with Bitcoin Dominance should be breaking down, right? Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. 1 second. Sorry. Sorry about that. But yeah, so what I was saying is, we look at when this is happening, we should be seeing Bitcoin dominance breaking down, the plan that we showed you, right? If that happens, happy days, because Ethereum is going up, right? This is Ethereum against Bitcoin. It's the strength of Ethereum against Bitcoin. So if this is going up, that means the power of Ethereum is a lot more stronger than Bitcoin, which makes sense that Bitcoin dominance will go down. You know what I'm saying? So does that make a lot of sense there? On two different charts, Bitcoin dominance and ETHBTC. I mean, I've broken it down like as much as I can for you guys to understand what's going on and expand it, yeah? Which leads me to the next question now. Where is Ethereum going? Because we've all seen what Ethereum has done, right? I appreciate that, Zach, man. Smash the likes, everybody. Show some love, man. So, the next question is, what is Ethereum doing? So if I look at Ethereum, right, that to me, because the reason why I'm going to look at Ethereum first is because if ETHBTC is looking really strong, because we're in that range, which means that we're going to play level to level, which is, if this is the range band environment, then we can start looking at this, right? Something like this. get above this range. This is a range bound environment. Let's fucking draw this out actually. You know what? Shout out to Nabil, man, for showing me this fucking this pen tool, man. This is so cool. And there's another guy called Goku-san as well. Shout out to these brothers. So yeah, you see that range bound environment? Now you see this range. I know I can't zoom in because if I zoom in, it's gonna actually distort it. But you see it, resistance, resistance, and then that support, support. We shanked down. We shanked down. We got up, and we start holding that level. That level to me, this area, this range bound environment. If we enter this range, just like any range, it's low to mid, mid to high, right? Can you guys see that little candle over here? This candle there? I bet you that got finger rejected off the mid range. Come back to the low, hold above it, it's gone back to the range high. Now, all I need is a trigger. Trigger is I need something like this. So let it do its thing. You can do this, right? Not a problem, right? Be patient, right? The moment we do see something like this, hold above it, take out that high, hold above it, then we can start taking out the next level, which is 25% of the range. Get above this, and then we start going to this level here. That's the next set of trade. I'll start taking profits, right, around this area here, because that's the low, right, in this range band environment, right? This is a range band environment. How is this a range band environment? Well, let me show you. So we've got this low here, and then we've got, I'll probably take, yeah, I'd say this. So range band, you see, price is ranging, right? This range is there, lose the level. Now the question is, does this come into this range band environment as a full retest to break down and go a lot more lower? You see how many things you got to think ahead of the game? You can't just putting lines in and say Bitcoin's going to go up, or Ethereum's going to go up. There's a lot more to it, and which is why I say 90% of trading is the preparation work. If you do the preparation work, we're doing this fucking right 2 o'clock in the fucking morning, man. That's some fucking preparation there, you know what I'm saying? So if you get the preparation work done, right, that's 90% of the job done. Then you just sit back, man. Fucking bust a nut if you want to do it, man. Doesn't really matter. Do what you want to do. But you see the trigger happening, play the trigger. I mean, I don't give a shit if ETHBTC just range bands and carries on doing this. I mean, the moment I see something like that, I'm looking at Bitcoin dominance. Something that's breaking down. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna start buying alts now. That's my confirmation. That's my confirmation there. Because what I don't want to see, right? That's a bullish plan on ETHBTC, right? Because from there, if we break above it, I mean, look, let's go on a fucking crazy exploration there. Okay. Listen to this. We got this, right? So we know we got a range band environment, right? This is how it is. We know where the breakout is. It's above this, right? Let's draw this out. The breakout that we're looking for us to go longs on Ethereum and the lot, right, is the breakout, hold above it, and then we go to target 1. Okay, that's my trigger. The second set is to get above, hold it. That's target 2, target 3. Done. Now, if we get above the mid range and hold above it, then we can start going for this area here. Oops. This area here. And also, that's another range there. See, ranges upon ranges upon fucking ranges within a macro range. Fucking crazy though, right? Then I'll see how it reacts. Get above, let's hold it. That's my next target. So then, really, from this range, so if we're playing low to mid, mid to high, what I'm looking for is target 1, target 2, target 3. Make sense? Then once we get above the mid range, that'll be target 1, target 2, target 3. Done. Trade's done. You know what I'm saying? So, and if we break above it, man, fucking hell, man, like alts and Bitcoin, it's back on. It's back on. But we play it level to level, you know. Macro doesn't look too great. Dollar's pushing up stupidly. There's a lot of things going on, but play it to level, right? So which is why it's really important when we actually start doing trades and stuff like that, when we actually monitor how things are going as well. Don't start doing this, right? Don't be daft and start saying, yeah, this is a deviation, we're going to the fucking moon, let's fucking go. Bro, shut the fuck up, man. You fucking nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Slow down, slow down. Play level to level. All right, level to level. Okay. So, and I'll show you the macro on BTC. I've done it before again, but I'm gonna do it again. Fuck it. Why not? So, what has Thingy fucking done then? So if we look on the daily, right? Let's remove all this, get a clean chart, and we can start seeing a few things, right? Number one, really, right? We're in a range, right? The range, really, right? You can use this as a range, right? That's a range low, and this is the same candle I'll use, the range high, right? You can see that this area hasn't been broken, right? Which comes in about 1250, right? So we're range bounding here, right? And all we've done is that, well, we haven't done fuck all really. We're just range bounded, isn't it? That's what it is, right? Nothing else has happened. I mean, yeah, we got a deviation, yeah, we got resistance, and yeah, we got support, and that's it. It's still range bound, right? Why 1 hour chart and not 4 hour chart? Which one? Think about. On which chart, Zach? Which one are you talking about? So, yeah, and then I was saying, right? So this is a range bound environment. Now what we're looking for is to be break up and hold above it. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. My hands are fucking wonky and shit today, man. Ah, motherfucker. That's better. And go up. And that will be my long trigger to fucking go heavy. Right? Or do I break down and go long? That's the decision making, you know? So we tie in BTC Dominance to give us an idea. I know BTC Dominance is looking to go lower. And ETHBTC is looking to go higher. So I know there's a target over here, which means 1250 is the play, right? So we can start refining things a lot more in detail in terms of looking for what is the available play for us to take a trade on, okay? Why 1 hour chart and not 4 hour chart? Just in general when trying. You can use the 4 hours, you know, you can. I don't know why I don't use the 4 hours as often. I mean, the 4 hours makes it a lot more neater. And I think we've experienced the 1 hours, you know. Sometimes I do go on the 4 hours to see what's going on, and I can see, you see this low here, right? This low. Let me draw the line here. Right bang into resistance. So I'm expecting a bit of a pullback. The question is how much of a pullback now, okay? So I did show positions of long on episode 2 yesterday. Yeah, episode 2 yesterday I showed a position on Ethereum long, which was the breakout above the Monday's high, and then from the Monday's high let's go and work it level to level, right? So if I'm drawing all my charts in now, sorry, you can start seeing that it makes sense, right? We were in the range bound environment, and what was happening, and I'll be honest with you, I generally thought that we was going to have a head and shoulders. The head and shoulders was this I was looking at. Let's draw this out. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. I was looking for this. The moment we take out this high, I'm like, well, the plan's fucking off, right? I can't start saying yeah, head and shoulders. Reason why I was looking for more of this is potentially to go down is because this is resistance, support, resistance. We're back below it. I was expecting us to go a lot more lower, and then once we break down, fucking send this motherfucker down, you know what I'm saying? So it didn't come, so never mind. We flip bias now, innit? Nothing wrong with flipping bias. If you got a problem with me flipping bias, then fuck you then, innit? Like we all flip bias from time to time. How many times have we done that? You know, and that's another motherfucking thing I hate, is that I'm shorting, for example, and I play a long trade, and I've had this before when I was like a 3,000 follower, 5,000 followers as well. I was getting called all kind of names, like I'm the next this person. I'm not gonna mention it, but those who remember me. But yeah, and they say you can't flip bias and shit like that. I'm like, why not? Why can't I long and then just short? I want to play the market as it is. It's the same thing. So those who, so let's say if I was long for whatever reason after the monthly open or off the mid range because we're playing there to there and whatever, the moment we get above it, my TP would be here. Straight away, my TP would be off this low here. That's my first TP. If we hold above it, right? Then I'm like, you know what? fucking let's reload, right? Because I'm now entering lower because my TP was higher. I can add a better position, tighten my stop, and let's fucking send this off to the next set of fucking plans, which is the range high. That's the way I'm looking for, right? So now, let's do this now. One second. So, fucking smoking my eye, man, motherfucker. Do you guys have a problem with me swearing a lot? I do swear a lot, man. I just realized that now. I'm getting a bit subconscious about it since my cousin told me about it today. Neil Jane. Sorry about that. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Please correct me as well. Thanks for doing this. Good to think about these charts with you. Appreciate it, man. It's all good. Do you ever short the top of the channel or only the breaker support? I actually enter shorts at the top. You know, I do the the other day I entered a short on on Ethereum, and this was my short. So I looked at the one of the 5 minutes. Discussed this today with SC, and he's like, "Yo, that was actually a good trade." So the first trade was this. What was it? Yeah. So looked at the 5 minutes. We came up there, and I was like, "All right then, I want to see this break down below here, right? Get down this. Let's see. I'll show you. So you see this area here. This low there. I was looking for this. I was looking for something like that. A swing failure, let it swing failure, take out these highs, come back down, break into it, do its thing. The moment we retest that, I'm entering the trade. So then I start looking at it, right? I entered on the 1 minute to be honest as well. So when we smash below it here, already, we get below this line, right? I now have my invalidation. I can enter the trade there, but I can have my invalidation here. So I was like, you know what? I want a better entry. I want to wick off that, and I entered just below the wick, right? And ended the trade. My first target was 25%, and look at how let's do a fucking. I can do it right now. I don't even know how many hours I got. That's the thing is, I get to a point right now. I don't even fucking look at how much money I made. I just like, yeah, I'm right. I'll work at the trade. Move on. Next thing. So let's say my entry was around here. My stop loss was there, right? My first target was here at and that's a 2-hour trade. Close enough. First entry was it's about 1.99. They call it a 2-hour trade. Crypto potato swear at me, daddy. What the fuck? Smoking is killing you. It is. Definitely. My stamina's not the same no more. I can't run as fast as I used to. But I do enjoy it though. I ain't gonna lie to you. It keeps me calm. So yeah. Back onto this, right? So this is when I entered, right? And then I started looking at this. I was like, alright, cool, what's going on? Fucking the moment of this move, right? We get down below it, right? And I start watching this. Now this is where I left the trade. So I'm gonna remove all this. Go on the 1 minute. And watching this really fucking careful. Literally, I didn't slept. I was up till like 5 o'clock in the morning, man. And I went to bed at like 5:15. Woke up at like 8 o'clock, and whatnot. X, Y, and Z. So again, sleeping is very little for me, but I'm good. So then I start looking at this one. I start seeing a range bound environment here, you know, from this low here to this high. So I'm like, okay, I don't want price to get above it. If we're gonna go bearish, right, we should actually retest this. Feel like this thin move over here. We should hold it, and then I saw price do this. So, mark if that was the high, right? A swing failure is not a problem, right? Let me just fucking zoom into this. A swing failure is not a problem, right? This is where my problem became. The moment we got up and we had a close on the 1 minute above there, this is where scalping comes in above this high there. I'm like, I don't like it. So the moment it did back into it, I cut the whole fucking trade and collapsed the whole thing. And then that whole trade was I don't know, I think it was like a 3-hour trade or some shit like that. So I was quite happy with it. And then I was looking for, and then yeah, the rest is history. So I do for I entered all kind of time frames. Rohan's asking, can you chart Solana? Remind me after. Remind me at the end of the stream, right? Why not? Let's fucking do it. But let's talk about the play. because we need to get back onto Ethereum, because we've gone on for 1 hour just chatting bullshit, you know what I'm saying? So this is it. Now, we've got Monday's range. Let's mark that out. That's marked out there, nice and neat, approximately. We're above the monthly open. The weekly open's around here, around about 1078, around that area. We dipped into the weekly open. We literally dipped into the weekly open. That was, and we held above it. It was just a retest, right? Which means it's bullish. I was looking for a short. I mean, I should have played it from. I mean, I could have played it from here on the 15 minutes itself with a stop loss of here. Literally, this is a position you can have done, because the smash above the mid range was enough to tell me my validation's here. Let's go back to to range high, and even then it's a 1.17R trade. And even if you held it as well throughout the way, I mean, you have very little drawdown, which is just over here. This is the bomb in the middle. But yeah, so now we're looking for a trade to come here. We need to see how it reacts. We want to see how it reacts, which is a retest. Whoops, wrong fucking pen. A retest. Come, motherfucker. A retest finally, and hold above it, and let's go higher. So this will be my next target. Then I can start entering the trade. So I want to see how we react. We need to see, do we react off which high do we react? Do we react off this high, or do we react off this high, for example? Right? You see that? That's an SR there, which is potentially we can actually react off this high. So we'll see how it goes. Right? Let it do its thing. Right? If it comes down here, right? Let it do its thing. The moment it holds above this, that is my trigger. Oops. That's my trigger to enter the trade, and we're going to go all the way back to 1220 area, and that's what we're going to play. And that because we're above the mid range. This is the mid range. You can see, talked about it early on. Resistance, deviation, deviation, deviation. Bang! Smash the fuck out of it. So this is bullish. Market structure is bullish, right? You can say this is the low, right? Or you can say you guys can't see it. So yeah, you can say this is the low right here. That's the low. Yeah, you can say that. That's the low. That's the higher high, higher low. Well, then this is a bit of a lower higher neck, right? But it gets all choppy. At the moment we break this breaking market structure there. So we're still bullish then. Because if we're going to be bearish, right, we should be taking this out. If we're taking this out, then yeah, we're back to bearish because we're going below the monthly open, and let's go a lot lower. Okay, so you got all these plans there, and now we're just waiting for the trigger. So we'll see how it reacts, and that's our entry. That's our entry to actually enter in. Take your time when it comes to entering. There's no rush. Just pick your levels. Then from there, from 1220, we play it in the next level, which is hold above it, and compound position, and enter in there. If I was going to place my stop loss when we enter in here, right, and hold above it, I'll put my hard stop. I mean, ideally you want to be below the mid range, ideally, but I think, because this whole thing would be a 2-hour trade, right, but I think I'll place my stop loss Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. Battery's fucking taking a piss. But yeah, So I'd enter my stop loss over here. I set my tight stop loss, because the moment we get back down here and start finding resistance, right? So if we do something like this, let me show you. Delete this shit. There we go. Let me delete everything, right? So the moment we get back down here, and we find resistance, and we lose this, break down, this, oops, do that, finds resistance. This is my trigger to short, to lead the trade, and I can play a scalp play from here to here, right? And then we'll see how we react, because we've got a trend line going on at the same time, right? Because we need to work out a few things, because that's the bullish play, right? We're gonna work out this another thing as well. We now have this. That's the trend line. You can already see, as long as we hold above it, right, we're good, right? I don't think we're gonna retest it in one go over here. I think we're gonna grind a little bit more. Asia has been known to actually dump, right? But as long as this holds, right, I think we're good to go. So 25%, sorry, 75% and range high, and which is why I will place my stop loss here. So, so we'll see how it goes, right? So that's the bullish play. Bearish play is, you got to question yourself: is this a deviation, right? Although we made bullish market structure, like like broken market structure to the upside, right, which is not a problem. The question is, if we get back down here and find resistance, loses slow, I'll play it back to level, back to mid range, because with them we're still playing within Monday's range. We've taken out Monday's high once. We don't know. Well, that was on Tuesday. We're taking out Tuesday's high over here. Monday's low has never been retested. Hasn't been no liquidity. We'll play from the mid back to monthly open back to here. That's the way I look at it. So every time there's a breakout of a range, I'm always thinking, oh, is this a deviation or is this a retest? Like, you always gotta ask yourself, right? Because when you start asking yourself that, you don't fall into the trick of just buying into it. That slows you down, and that's how you get a better entry. What most people do is, once we have this candle up here, they're looking at it like, okay, we can get a retest after the next 15 minutes. But it doesn't. Why would the market do that in the next 15 minutes? What the fuck is this? Super Mario. So, like, if you were to, you see, now I've got this high here. If we come up and hold above it, I'm like, all right, that's me. That's the market telling me that, you know what, it's got a willingness to push a lot more higher, back to this 75% and go to range high. Once we break above range high, we'll see what happens next. Right? So that's Ethereum, and that's the plan for that, for both the bearish and the bullish, right? So in the meantime, we're just gonna watch it X, Y, and Z. Got it? How much leverage do you use per trade? I never use more than 10x. To be honest, it's 10x for me really. If I'm scalping 25x I do, because it's really short and quick. You know what I'm saying? But 10x is what I do. Don't over leverage. It's true, because you don't want to get fucked over by leverage, man. That shit fucks you up, man. Bends in the ass and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So going back now, let's go to BTC. BTC itself. Look what's going on with fucking BTC right now. It's actually above the Monday's high. So quick overview what's going on. So we got on the, let's do the 4 hours. Someone said to me, why the 1 hour and not the 4 hours? But let's do the 4 hours, alright? You can see clearly, right? This low 2 weeks ago and this high, this is what's happening in the market on both sides. Because we got up and down, up and down, up and down, right? All we've done so far is literally had a deviation of the range and another deviation of it. Because we broke out, retested it, the deeper pullback, back into the weekly open right here, and then we got up and we held the monthly open. So already we know 2 things. Number 1, the week is bullish, because if the week was bearish, we would have broken down and lost this low and got up more lower, but this, which is also Monday's low, right? But we're above the weekly open, so the candle's going to look like this, bang, and see what happens over here. If we do some shit like that, if we close like at the Monday's high, it will look like this. But I think we're gonna have quite an explosive move, right? So that's the weekly open there and the monthly open, and also we were above the monthly open. We've held it as support. We had some deviation, yeah. I mean, monthly has been. I think it's gonna be a good month, to be honest. Resistance gets up, comes back, deviation, support, off it goes. So it's already, that's a good sign. That's a very good sign. So if I want to have a massive swing play, expecting I'm going to go back to 26k, for example, we'll talk about 26k in a moment, I would actually place my stop at the monthly low. Monthly low is where? Right here. Going all the way up to fucking 26k, 28k, and we'll see what happens. You like that Super Mario? Chris Rock. Yes, Chris, what's going on? And Dainks, I really appreciate your knowledge and time, brother. When you analyze one of your previous trades, I love to see you use the TV replay tool to show the candle by candle. I don't have to do that. I have to figure it out actually. That's a good point. It's a very good point actually. But yeah, I can do that. Right then. So now, what's capping the market? We're capping at the mid-range, okay? But we're back into the range as well, and we know from low to mid, that's the way we're playing, right? And then from the mid to high, that's the next set of range, right? So we already know that. Next thing is also, right, is that, do you remember I told you about the Ethereum resistance, right? Remember I told you Ethereum's at a resistance, which is here, Ethereum USDT. Literally, it came out right here, that resistance, but well, BTC is far away from it. Okay, want to see? I'll show you. See this here, this blue box? Same principle. We haven't retested, so which means BTC is lagging behind Ethereum. Now, if BTC is lagging behind for Ethereum, I think BTC can have a very good move, right? Because it's catching up. Because Ethereum is showing strength. People focus on Ethereum a lot more. Okay, so I find myself. Ethereum will be easy to trade because it's leading the market, but I find myself I get more R's, more multiples from playing the lagging game, right? So I'm looking at this now, and now I mean we closed above the daily open, which means to me that we're gonna have a pullback because we're gonna have a pullback because the start of the week. I think let me go on the fucking hourly. Let's see what's going on the hourly. Yeah, okay, so it's not much of it's not a very impulsive move, you see? Look at this high, that's not right, this high was only resistance, and it's not an impulsive move, we're going back down. We've got another trend line over here, from this here to there, and then we do this, we can do that, right? And now, looking at the bearish play, right? Let's do the bearish play. Yeah, let's do the bearish play. The bearish play is this, right? So if you get back down, right, lose the fucking Monday's high, playing back to range levels, I'll probably take profits over here because this is all nasty chop, right? So it has been a choppy play. So 25% of the range of the weekly range, that we target 1. See if we can get down to here, this area here. That's target 2. And then I'll see if we can get to the monthly open, and I'll cut the trade, to be honest. I wouldn't want to go and expand. I'll probably hold a little bit, right, just to see if we can take out this liquidity over here, the Monday, I think in the monthly open, and then if we get below the mid range, range low, so 25%, going back into here, taking targets off here, here, and here, right? That's the bearish play. We'll have to watch it, right? Like I said, if BTC now we have to start saying, so we've done the bearish play out of the way, so everyone understands. Now we need to start looking at what is the bullish play. Now we talked about BTC dominance going down, talked about ETHBTC going up, which means BTC will have to follow suit, right? So follow suit in what way? Now, I wouldn't long here, right? I mean, I could let it do its thing. Once we get back up, and once we get above this, sorry there. When we get above this high there, so that let it do its thing, right? Once it gets back up and hold it, let's go to the next set of targets there. Mid-range, I'll probably take a little bit there, quick little play there. Stop loss maybe here, I think so. I need to work it out after. But yeah, then that'll be my target 2. I want to see how we react because I do expect we're gonna have resistance. Resistance how? Because look, we have resistance here. I'm expecting a pullback. Do we get a pullback back into the Monday's high? Because I've already taken 2 sets of targets targets there. I'd like to see to hold back, reclaim this high again, right? Reclaim this again, and then off we go. fucking let's come back up there, and that'll be my next set of targets. Compounding in this position there, and then I'll go back because the profits I've taken over here, I'll re-add them back in the bottom. Then from there, I'll now play the next set of targets there, which is 75% of the range, and we'll see if we can get to the range high, taking out liquidity there. Because on Ethereum, we've actually taken out liquidity on both sides. Well, on one side, sorry, which is what the range low, weekly range low, because this is where the deviation was, and that's the bullish play, and that's it. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I'm going to do this now in terms of like the macro grand scale of play of things. It gets interesting, and this is what it is. Okay, so if I go on the daily, right, I'm going to draw this out. We're going to play the range band game, right? Everyone's familiar with it. You guys should be, because you guys have been watching me for quite some time. So range low is range low is here. I hate when this happens, man. I don't know why the hell it chooses to go freaking crazy. Range low is here. That's range low. Range high for me was here. That's range high. Okay. The mid range is approximately here. That's approximately the mid range. Okay. You can easily see it's approximately 50%, right? Now, no, I'll leave that. Now, in a range band environment, we know it goes to low to mid, mid to high, high to mid, mid to low, right? And then vice versa and vice versa. That's the range band environment. Any sort of deviation is a deviation until proven otherwise, right? So this was a deviation because we stepped back into the range. This was another deviation, we stepped back in the range. Okay, these wicks over here is because we came off the yearly open, 2021 yearly open. Again, another high time frame marker that you guys should all have, right? So, do you remember what I say? Once we get down, right? We get down here, and the question is this? We need to get a retest. We should get a retest, right? You don't see price nuking down and just keep nuking down to fucking forever land, right? It does a retest. There's a relief, one way or another. How much of a relief? It doesn't really matter. Whether the relief comes over here, off this low here, or off this low, the range low, right? So we just watch it. As long as it gets above it and hold it, let's go to target 1, and let's see if we get to target 2. This, something like that, this high, will be my confirmation for more of a swing play to go back into this area. Okay? Now the next question you got to ask yourself is this a deviation or is it a retest? A retest of what? The range low, because if it is a retest, get back below it, find resistance, and off we go. Target 1, I mean this is with my entry. Target 1, target 2, let's go for liquidity, and let's go a lot more lower. Alright? You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're going to look for. If that's a retest, that's what's going to happen. I mean, the retest could just come straight onto here and break down, and off it goes. And that will now be my confirmation. You understand, from this area here? So that's what we're looking for. So, and we would count this as a retest. Retest off this low, because that was the initial low, that was the heavy ass drop, and then we just go a lot more lower. If it is a deviation now, this is where it gets interesting, right? We want to see it get back up and hold above this, okay? It could be choppy off this area. Why? This is a range bound environment. See that range? That's range high, and this is approximately range low. And it can just range bound environment, okay? Now, from there, what does our butt cheek say? Our right one in particular, it says that what the fuck are you doing back in the range? So if we're supposed to be bearish, right, this should be a retest and go a lot more lower. Now, what happens if we start range banding here? We step back in the range and we're finding support off the range low, which means the next secondary targets will then be, what we gotta do is let this range bound, let it break out. The moment it breaks out, we take the long, take the next set of fucking targets. Where is my TP? My TP will be here. It's target 1. That's target 1. And then hold above it. Target 2. Mid range. If we get above the fucking mid range and hold above, well, I'd like to see us hold above this high really. Was it this high? Yeah, I like this high. This high itself. Hold it. Let's go. Take out these liquidity there. This area here is fucking got, like, it's an equal high. right? It's a double top, right? Which means that, you know, there's a lot of stops resting over here. Take out these fucking highs. You can come back down, whatever. Let's go to this area here. That's my next set of targets there. So we've got target 1 over here, target 2 over here, and then let's go to fucking range high 61k, and let's fucking go. That's a grand macro scale, which is a very, very plausible thing. Why? It's a range bound environment. I did show a chart on Twitter over a year ago in regards to all this. Let me just delete the things I don't need. No, I need that. No, I need that. There we go. And I showed that this, when price was over here, this is when I did the chart, and I showed that we'll come back down, and when we go back up, right? When we go back up, do a deviation, stop run off this high, and I showed that when we come back down and chop around the mid range and sell back lower, and this could happen without a spring or a split with or without a spring. And if it was without a spring, we'd hold it and let's go a lot more higher. Or if it was with a spring, we'd do this, right? Come back down, come back, yeah, get below it, get back up and hold above it and let's go higher. This is called reaccumulation, Wyckoff's reaccumulation, right? That's what it is. I'm giving the alpha. I did the fucking drawing a long time ago. Why did I say it's a Wyckoff reaccumulation? Because motherfucker, it's just reaccumulating. Where was the first reaccumulation? But bastard, you gotta fucking understand, right? If we're reaccumulating, we gotta start from somewhere. Price for price at the 61k, it must have accumulated somewhere, and the accumulation that happened was literally here. This is the first set of accumulation from this high. This will be fucking minor to this low. That's the reaccumulation, and all it is, that's the first set of accumulation, and all that is, that's a deviation of the range. That's deviation of the range. It's a deviation of a range. Deviation. Once we get back up and we take out this highs over here, see this high there? That's bullish market structure. Off it goes. Make sense? Fucking hell, man! I'm so smashed. Any question, guys? I am literally fucking dead now. Yo, my forearm's looking good though, innit? I gotta say, it's like a fucking boxer's forearm. Yo, it looks sick. Any advice? So Joseph's asking, yo, Dank, any advice for recovering from a big L got caught chasing ETH? Okay, so how big is this L? You know, can you put it as a percentage of your portfolio that I can understand? I don't need the number. Like, it doesn't really matter whether it's 1k or 10k or 100k. The percentage is the thing that is the key for me. You know what I'm saying? BNB. So I'm quickly just do this, and then I'm gonna go soon. Okay. It's been bullish. Right off the bat. Okay, let's have a look. It's an range bound environment from this high. %. Oh, dude, how did you? Okay, it doesn't matter how or why. You just lost 50%. That's a tough one to actually answer that one. I'm not gonna lie to you. I hate when people tell me this stuff. How would you recover that? You leverage trading or spot trading? You already know the answer. You've already said it there. Got emotional. But let's question you, right? I'm gonna question you here, right? I'm not grilling you. You don't need to answer, right? If you feel uncomfortable, just say that you're uncomfortable and you don't want to talk about it, and you just want answers from me directly. But I'm gonna talk to you one to one here, and I think it'll be good for everyone else to understand, because we've all been in this position as well. We've all been in the same similar situation. So let's just talk it through, okay? So you say you got emotional. In what way? Make me fucking smoke a cigarette, man, Joseph. Emotional in the way of, for example, there's a bit of a lag here, so you may have answered it, but like, you get emotional in terms of, are you excited that Ethereum's gonna go higher, or did you believe that Ethereum's gonna go a lot more lower? This is what I love about the chat, man. You know what it is with YouTube? It's a beautiful place, man. Let me just fucking bring this up. It's a beautiful place because everyone's willing to help. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a beautiful. To me, that's nice. That's really, really nice. To have. I think I'll take this as a range bound environment there. Use this as refine it. Yeah, I'll refine it as that. If ETHBTC gets above here, hold it. This is my trigger to really long a BNB. Did smoke and start vaping? Yeah, 100%, man. I tried the vaping thing. I think it's for pussies, man. Vaping has been overtaken by a bunch of pussies, man. Everyone's vaping, man. That's my. I mean, like, I'm not calling anyone pussy or nothing like that, but if you're gonna smoke, smoke, man. If you're not gonna smoke, don't smoke. Don't do this vaping nonsense, See, already, so Crypto Potato's been through it. Imran's been through it as well. Dainks been through it as well. I've been through it as well too. Alright, so bro, I believed in my analysis so much. So when it pumped, I was short. I couldn't believe it and doubled down. It only pumped further from there. There's your problem. You don't double down, dude. You gotta maintain a risk management. Okay, so it doesn't really matter now how you lost it, right? You lost 50% of your account. So I'm picturing this, right? So I have a rule. My rule is this, right? When I take 2 trades that is wrong, right, I reduce my risk to half. So when I'm looking at, Imran is saying risk management is key. Which brings me to my next point, right? So, do you know when I said to you guys that, like, I'm gonna do my trading like guide and shit like that, right? I don't know what to call it. If you guys got some names for it as well, just throw them down in the fucking chat, innit? Let me see what you guys got, man, and I'm happy to use that. And I get shout out to you as well, innit? But when it comes to risk management, right, it's key. I like to lose. I like to lose, so I don't like to lose. I like to use 2.5% on my portfolio, right? So if I lose 2 trades, I've now lost 5% of my account. Now I reduce my risk to 1.25%, right? And then what I do is I get 4 R's. I try to back up that 4R. That 4R for me is now mitigating my loss. I've covered my loss. I can go back to normal risk management. Now don't ever double down, right? Going forward, please don't ever do that, right? I don't want to hear you double down ever again. Please, Joseph, just make a promise right here on this chat right now, and just say in front of everyone else as witnesses. So I've got 26 witnesses here, well 25, well 26 including me, right? That you're not gonna double down, and the same to every one of you guys. Each one of you guys have to make that promise now, because if that's the case, if you guys are actually looking at my trades for potential play, and I've got, don't get me wrong, there's trades that goes well, there are going to be trades that goes wrong, right? And then, but you're using my trades to double down. That's dangerous. It makes me think that I should stop. I don't want anyone ever to double down again. Okay. See, everyone's got their own trading strategy, 100%. And Sif is saying some influencers preach diamond hands. Diamond hands get wrecked, 100%. What happened last year? Twice. November and May. Diamond hands, I think, is full of shit. It's a meme that was invented by a bunch of morons. Okay, so cool. All right, cool. That's fine. So now that you made that promise, I can talk to you about it now. All right. So now that you lost 50% of your account, let's just say, I'm just throwing out some numbers. I'm not saying this is Joseph's account. I'm not saying that at all. I don't know Joseph at all. I don't know his account at all. He just literally told me now that he lost 50% of the account. So we need to recover that 50%. So do some maths now. Fucking Joseph, man. It's fucking 2:46 in the morning, man. Joseph is making me do maths now, okay? Right then, I'm gonna run you down, okay? I'm gonna open this note there. So let's just say the account is $1,000, okay? It's $1,000 and lost 50%, which is equal to $500, okay? Fuck man, is that $500, man? So now you've got to make up the $500. What's your normal risk management, bro? How much do you normally risk? Do you know, like in terms of percentage wise, would you normally risk? Because if you double down, you risk 25%, fam. It's important that each and every one of us here understands that risk management is the key. I mean, I don't mind getting stopped out in 4 or 5 trades. It's fine, right? I know that I believed, we all believe in our trades, we all believe in our analysis, but sometimes we get it wrong. If we get it wrong, we get it wrong. It's not a problem. It's not the market that you know that means that the market's wrong. Fuck that, man. We just got it wrong. Okay. It's important that each and one of us actually takes on board what risk management is, and applying it to our own trades as well, whether it's spot buying or whether it's leverage buying. So, fuck man, I'm just looking at 50%. So 4% normally, but caught over leverage went up down. Okay. So you risk 4%. 4% of this is not a lot of $500, right? I'm just saying these numbers now, okay? So TMV Crypto showed me his Excel sheet, bro. We can get 5 or 6 trades wrong, 3% stop loss each, but it will take 1 or 2 trades. Yeah, it will take 1 or 2 trades. So if I get, like I said, I'm happy to get stopped out 4 times. 1 or 2 trades, I'll make it back, or I just focus on scalping and I make that money back. So if you're using 4% of your account, there's 2 things you can do. Number 1, you play the breakout play, right? So like, you know, you got the range and you break out and then retest and then expansion. You can play that. That's or look at or just playing or sticking with confirmation plays, because the confirmation plays are there. The reason why is because it gives us the confirmation that that's going higher. Because if, like for example, as you can see here on BNB BTC right here, this will be the confirmation play. That high, we come back down, retest, whatever it does. The moment we break that high, that's the confirmation that, okay, market has a willingness to go higher. Okay, that's that. So you can stick to that, and I'd say you're gonna have to reduce your risk. You can't stick with 4%. Trying to making up that 50% loss. That's 4% on that. I mean, what? It's $20 to make 500. Fucking hell! To make that money back, it's gonna take 500 divided by 20. It's wow, fucking hell. 25. You need to get 25 R's. It's gonna take a time, man. That's 4%. I would want you to reduce it by I was gonna say 1%, to be honest, but this is entirely up to you. I would say I'd say thingy to do 1%, but 2% minimum. 2%, you have to reduce your risk to 2%, man. Right? And literally try and just be patient, right? Don't get emotional. If you're getting emotional, right, you're gonna have to cut the trade. That's the honest truth. If you're playing this game with emotion, you've really got to cut it. There's no point you take this you take any trade off emotions, because that's the worst thing you can do, dude. You know what I'm saying? It really is the worst. It numbs everything down, right? You're not paying attention to what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And because you're fighting, it's not a trend, right? You're not fighting against the trend. You're just fighting with yourself here. You know, you're destroying yourself. So, let's not call it a complete degen move. Let's not call it a degen move. It happens to all of us. You know, we've all been through it in one way or another. But reduce your risk to a minimum 2%. I would prefer you to do 1%. It will take you a long time to make that money back. but I'd say, you know, you gotta have invalidation. You know, that's the key. So let's just say, for example, if I'm shorting this now, right? Let's just say I'm shorting this BNB. Actually, you know what? Rohan actually brought it up again. So I forgot about Solana. Let's do it now quickly, right? But like, let's just talk about this, right? Let's just say that I'm short. Let's go on the 1 hour. I'm short, right? And my stop loss is here, right? Is off this orange line. That's where my stop loss is. I know it's wide. Who gives a shit? I'm just give me 1 second, guys, man. 1 moment there. Oh, fuck off. Come on, man. Sorry about this, guys. Just bear with me just a second. Fucking teasing me around and shit. So go to mode. Okay. Menu. Streaming. We're back. Sorry about that. Mike, forget what Imran said. Remember, Kobe never gave up. He practiced more than the others practiced and learned. Joseph, I did the same as you. Let's learn from my mistakes. There's always another trade. Mike is absolutely right. Imran makes a good point. What did Imran say? If he wants to make his 50% back and he's not a professional trader, probably better to just turn into an investor and buy something for a long-term return. All right, Imran. Right, let's not give silly advice, okay? If he doesn't want to be if he doesn't want to be an investor, he doesn't want to be an investor. He wants to make the money back. Everyone wants to do that as well. So you gotta understand you gotta understand Joseph on his side as well. We can't just gut him down. Come on, man. We were a better community than this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're a better community than this, man. We're a family here. When someone's down, we're all down, man. Like that's how it should be. So look. Like Mike said, I think he makes a good point. Kobe never gave up, and it's true. Don't give up, man. I mean, that's the worst thing you can do. We all go through that, and just use this as a lesson that feeling that you feel right now, that will always stay with you forever. Because when you make it to the top, you will actually be able to conquer anything that goes on forward, right? And when you get to the top, you will always remember where you came from, what you did, some of the bullshit that I went through. We've all been through that, right? So just really the key is to me is actually reduce your risk, right? Just I would want you to reduce 2% to 2% and take your time. Don't trade with emotions. Don't look for every trade possible. Just take trades that are clear. And if you're and I'm just gonna bring the Solana chart up as well. Now if you got like a belief that the trade is right, and you're short, for example, let's just say in the Solana example, I'm short on Solana, and I believe that I'm wrong above here, right? And I'm gonna put my stop loss on this orange line, okay? So my stop loss is there. Whatever the price does, right? Let it do its thing. If it gets up, I need to start thinking, okay, if this gets up, right? It's showing me bullish market structure. You see, that's a higher high, and that's another higher high, and this is now becoming another higher high. Market structure is bullish there. You know what I'm saying? So if I need to cut the trade, I cut the fucking trade and wait for it, and then see if it comes back into this area and then break down. And if it breaks down, now I've got a tighter entry. Yes, I took a loss. It doesn't really matter, but I know that I've got a tighter entry, and now I'm happier, you know, because this bit here, this movement all the way to this movement here is fucking scary. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's one thing. And if you believe in the trade itself, once you got like your stop loss there, this is your stop loss. It's there for a reason, because if you're wrong, we're gonna get a lot more higher. So if I'm wrong, we're gonna get hold this level, take out this high, let's fucking go. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing. Aman's asking, who taught you your skills? Where did you learn the most from? What do you mean? Like me? Where did I learn? Practice, mate. It really is. Trader SC is my mentor. Fucking hell, man. My shoulders are fucked. Yeah, Trader SC is my mentor, and I spend a lot of time just going back, just doing homework, man. Like, he's the only one that I learned my stuff from. Like, I learned all my shit from him, and so I did it my own way as well. Like, obviously, like the way he trades, his style, but I've got my own style as well. So we trade very differently. Some people can look at our charts and say, oh yes, it looks very similar. But yeah, it looks similar because he's my mentor, you know. But we see things either the same, or we can see differences. He was long on Ethereum, I was short on Ethereum, and I cut the trade. Well, I wasn't in the trade. Sorry. Like I was looking for a certain reaction to happen for me to break down, for confirmation to go low, but it didn't come up. So now I'm in no trade. And that's the thing is, sometimes I'm happy to be in no trade than actually be in a trade, because if I took the trade, that's a -1R. So the trade I took yesterday, I just lost some profits. It's kind of shit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so let's just do Solana, and then we're gonna call it a day. Fucking 1 hour 42, man. All right then. So Solana is an interesting one. It looks bullish in my opinion, right? So let's just break this down. What is going on over here, and what does this mean? Okay, so I've got this blue box here. Let's just fucking delete this blue box. I don't know why I've highlighted it there, but anyway, what it is, you see this right as on a macro scale, right? The macro scale is this. This was a range bound environment, and what we did was the breakout, and now we came out to retest. Yes, it's a deeper pullback of a retest, but it will confirm as a retest when we reclaim and hold above it, especially get above this level, and then we can play it level to level. There, and then we can go up to there. Next target is that, and then probably this over here, and then there, and then so on and so forth. Okay, that's what it is. But when we refine it, right, we know we got this range bound environment over here. So all I've done is now extended this range over here and popped it over there. Okay, so that's that. Now looking at the range bound environment is this. Okay, I've got a few other things. I definitely don't need a few things there. But if I go on the 4 hours example, so now we know what's going on, right? I've got all these levels here. We don't need this bullshit. It's a lot of bullshit here, isn't it? This one is bullshit as well. Reason why? Because what 75% is actually acting as resistance, a deviation, and whatever. That was a previous Monday's range for me to play. I took the short on there. Did well. I was in just before I went to fucking Turkey. That was. I remember that really well. Anyway, so we got below the mid range, right? So if we were bearish, right, this mid range should have held, right? This mid range should have held. Maybe a pullback onto this red line here, but then pull back, get back below, and go a lot more lower. The fact it didn't do that, now it shows me otherwise, because we now taken this high out here, and we didn't just pull back up here. We didn't just pull back up here, and we didn't. Sorry. When we did a pullback, we came for a retest of the mid-range. If it was to be bearish, it should have broken down and go a lot more lower. Then we can go to target 1 and target 2, right? This is what we'll be looking for. However, Solana just did something else. It went back up, range bound in this area there, and then I was looking for a short, because Ethereum was looking heavy at the same time. I took the short there. That was my target there. And all it's done now is it's shown me that this is a deviation of the mid-range, and that is a deviation of the mid-range. That's what it is. Which means that's a low, that's the low, and that to me already kinda looks like a thingy, a higher low. So with that in mind, we've come into this area here. This is now resistance. I like to see us pop above it, and I can start playing to this area here. Pop above it, hold it, can have this pop above it, hold it, and then we can go into this area here. That'll be target 1, 25%, 75% of the range. Hold above it, and let's go over to range high. Okay, these are my targets for Solana. I haven't entered the trade yet. You can do so with invalidation over here. You're wrong in this area, because if we get stuck, if we come back down, right, and break down, what will happen is we're taking out these stops over there. Okay, so that's the play that I'm looking for as well. So speaking about ETHBTC being bullish, right, and Bitcoin dominance is being bearish, it gives me every reason to start looking for bullish plays on Solana. Okay, and then once we get above and hold above it, right, then we start looking for more of a different price there. Let me have a look at a range line, a trend line. I mean, you can see this motherfucker right here. You can see this as well. That's the high trend line, resistance, resistance, deviation gets back below it, breaks out, and it comes out support, retest, and off it goes. Which means we can take out these highs and then go into this area here. So I would look to actually long in Solana to refine it. Yeah, what's Monday's line? Monday was when? Monday was on the 4th, okay? So the 4th, let's do this. So that's the 5th. That's the 4th. Midnight. So that's the high. And the 4th, the low, that's here. So bring this out there. It looks like a lot like Bitcoin though. You see how my Bitcoin did this, like, you know, it's a slow grind up there, but we're coming with resistance there. So same time, I'm looking at this trend line here. So to play it level to level, we come back into this, hold it support, great, get back above, then we can start playing to this area here, and then this area here, right? That will be a day trade there, and then that will be my confirmation, okay? And then obviously get back above, and let's go a lot more higher, off we go. Okay, so that's Solana to narrow it down. Now to be bearish, right, let it do its thing. The moment we break up below it, find resistance, we now step back into the range and we're finding resistance, then I play it back to level, right, and then see if we can come to this area here and maybe come out, take out Monday's low. But this is the mid range, so I do expect support to be here. So that'll be next target, potentially this, and then this. Then we'll see from there. Sif Trickster, do you have any other indicators you like, or only go level to level? I don't use any level. I don't use any indicators, to be honest. I literally just look at what price does. What price does, look at ranges as well, and it tells you the story. To be honest, everything tells you the story. I'd rather be late to enter a trade than try to catch it. I don't care about catching this. I don't care about catching this or here or here or here. I don't care. Once I get confirmation and it does something like that, fucking let's just go. I'll catch this trade and I put my stop loss over here, for example. I'm happy to do that. Or if I want to do a hard stop, I can do a hard stop over there. So it just everyone's got different styles in it, but like I find having indicators, it becomes messy. There's just too much shit, you know what I'm saying? So, alright guys, I'm going to call it a day. It has been wonderful chatting to you guys as well. Thank you so much for actually being on the stream. You know, smash the likes if you haven't smashed the likes. And hopefully, guys, you know, I'll see you guys tomorrow, approximately the same time. We'll do the same thing, okay? Take care, guys. The fucking, what you call it? Package? No, what the fuck am I talking about? The plan, sorry. The plan's all there, okay? So, appreciate you guys for coming. Take care of yourself, brother and sisters.
Am I still streaming? Fucking hell.
What the fuck? Shit, dude. Alright, take it, guys, man.